Hey, campers. Um, so I have gotten a number of messages lately from people who are dealing with personal stuff, whether it is family relationship issues, health issues, whatever. So I feel like this is a good time for me to clarify my revision policy or my late work policy for this class. Um, Officially, work has due dates. That work is due on the date that it is listed. Um, Unofficially, if you get work in before I go in to submit a gradebook, something in the gradebook before I put in the zero, that work was not late. Particularly for these first couple of weeks, whenever I'm kind of getting back into fall grading mode, um, and still taking care of my family while half of them are sick, then that means you're gonna have some extra time. Um, I know that our due dates are 11 o'clock local time in Ephraim. That's just because I'm in a different time zone, so that's the only way that I can get it to show up on the same day for both your calendar and mine. Um, if you turn something in at 6 a.m. that was technically due at 11 o'clock last night, that will never be late. I'm not going to be logging in that early in the morning to do grades pretty much ever. So that will always be okay. Um, for me, this philosophy basically comes from there's a supposedly old story. I don't actually buy it just based on some of the features of the story, but anyway, it's still a good one. About a blacksmith talking to his apprentice, and the apprentice says that um, he's not feeling well, and the blacksmith sends him home. And um, the apprentice says, "No, no, I can stay here and I can work through it." And the blacksmith shows him a damaged sword and says, "What will we do with this?" And the apprentice says, "We will uh, grind down the edges and hammer it back into shape, and it'll be a working sword again soon." And then he shows him a broken sword and he says, "What are we going to do with this?" And the apprentice says, "We're going to melt it down and use that metal to reforge it into something new." And the blacksmith says to him, "Well, we can't reforge you. So if you are damaged, you can be fully functional again. If you break, it's over." And that's where this philosophy comes from for me. If you need extra time on something, take the extra time on something. If you want to ask me beforehand, that's absolutely fine. There are going to be some assignments that I can't accept them very late, like our peer reviews and some of our proposal assignments that come later in the semester. But especially for the small ones like this, you will have extra time. If you've got something in your life that needs to get sorted out, whether it is something with your mind or your body or your support network or whatever, you will be given that time. Okay? All right.